Good afternoon, everyone. How is everyone doing? Let me just put on Louise's as well. Sorry about this. There we go. Sorry. There we go. Good. How's everyone today? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's a good afternoon, isn't it? Before we go any further, obviously let us know in the chat if you can hear us, and obviously the lovely Louise.
Can you hear me?
Very colourful with plants there and a bit of light behind you as well today, Louise. Very nice.
Oh.
Is that a halo? Good. Everyone can hear. Yes. Have we got 4 figures after our...
Why have we got 4 figures after our name? Oh, I don't know.
After your names? I think you've got... the crown is the people who sort of contribute the most get a crown and like a number 1, things like that. I think that's what that's all about, isn't it? Not quite sure what the 4 figures after their names are. But anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? We're all here. We're all present and correct. Anything you want to say, Louise, before we start? What have we done? Where are we going and what's happening?
Just been working.
It's been working hard, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's the festive season coming up.
'Tis the season, yeah, of
dirty
fingers and cut fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, isn't it?
Trying to get ahead this week.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like being disorganised, so trying to get on top of everything so that we're going into December hopefully just one step ahead. Yeah, that's the plan.
I'll have to catch up on my work tomorrow because you've been catching up today. You have on yours, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm nearly there.
Good.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
As soon as you've done one pile, another pile comes in.
Well, that's great. That's what I want.
That's exactly what happens, isn't it, in this
Otherwise,
world?
I'm at home not making any money. So, yeah.
But relaxing and having a nice time.
Nah, it's overrated.
It's overrated. Good. Okay. What's happened? Last Wednesday, I put out a film for the Basics polishing. No, it wasn't. Basics rolling mill. So if you want to see that, that's on YouTube obviously at the moment. Go and grab that. That is Matthew's brand new rolling mill. It's on the bench by there. Quite dinky, isn't it? I do like the colour. So that's available from Matthew's site, durston.com. The one thing that I did say last week, obviously for Black Friday, Matthew's given us a code, ATB, I think it's top 5. Okay, so Matthew said that anything up to, I think, 25% off, you can add that code into the checkout, ATB top 5, and that will give you another 5% off. Now, what I have not told you is that if you want to buy that brand new rolling mill, I'm pointing over there because it is over there. Let's see if I can just, did I put that? No, never mind. It's there. Oh, never mind, it's there. But yeah, Matthew's brand new rolling mill. If you want to have that rolling mill, it's already been discounted by about 25–30%. If you add that code on top of that rolling mill, you can get a further 5% off. I will show it because that's a little bit unfair. And the way Louise sort of sneered at me then was as in disgust. You should not say that, Andrew. You should show it on there. So that's my...
Did I sneer?
Pardon?
What did I sneer at?
Yeah, there it is there. So, I said, so I show it to you? Nah, I can't be bothered, I said.
Oh, yeah.
So this is
sloppy, Andrew.
Excuse the green, that's my light down the bottom there. So yeah, so this is the really lovely little dinky rolling mill. That's, I think it's about £199, but you can get an extra 5% off. 65mm flat, 9 V grooves on the side. It's geared, it's 5:1 gearing, it's nice, it's light. It really is a very good mill. So if you want to have more information on that, check out the film on YouTube. It tells you all about it, and you can get the extra 5% off. And try that code on whatever you want to buy on Matthew's site, on Durston Tools. Put that ATB top 5 and you should get another 5% off on that, which is really good. I think also disc cutters, if I can remember rightly, disc cutters, you get extra percentage off as well, because we love a disc cutter.
Do you know what?
Disc cutter.
I use the heart-shaped disc cutter. I don't know why, but I make loads and loads of hearts, don't I? I use it all of the time, and the star, and the round.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. So
pop that code into the disc cutter box or whatever it is, the coupon box, ATB top 5. You can get an extra 5% off. So that's
I think
that.
the heart and the stars for sure, because like circles, if you've drawn a template, are quite easy to cut out, aren't they? After you practice
to get right, they're really hard.
But hearts I find really hard, because the instant you start filing it, it's just don't know. I just find it really, really difficult to get them really even. That's why I make so many symmetric hearts.
Yes.
But it is. And stars, brilliant, especially if you're going to use negative spaces, which I do sometimes as well. In my pot pendant, I've got a negative space which are filled with resin.
Yep.
And it's great for stuff like that.
It's really good, isn't it? Really good. So so go and check them out. Someone's just asking, can we have the link to the rolling mill, please, off Matthew's site?
Durston.
Yes, please. So Louise is going to put that together. The other thing I was going to mention is thank you to everybody who has pre-ordered my book. Go to atb.yt/order book and you can pre-order my book, Jewellery Repairs at the Bench, due out 24th of March 2026. That's my sister's birthday, 24th of March. I have asked, can it be released a week before for my birthday, the 17th of March? She said, the editor said, not quite sure, depends when the book comes in, but you could have a surprise if the book comes in early. So that would be really nice to have. So if you want to order the book, you can have it signed, you can have a dedication written on the book. It's not available now until March 24th, 2026. atb.yt/order book. Louise has put the link down there as well. Thank you for that.
I should put a link to the pre-orders, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Do I have that on here? No, I don't. I'll find it now.
Not yet.
Okay.
Just tap that in and then copy the link.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you could just copy it into your browser and then tap the whole link into your... It's too much. It's too much. So that'll be going in the chat now, so you can pre-order the book. Thank you to, we've had a lot of pre-orders, so really do thank you very much for that. If we get the book in soon, obviously everybody will be getting their books sooner than anybody else. Yes.
No.
Oh, see, Norton has blocked the website for
What's
some
that
reason.
then?
I don't know. Norton's very strange. Anyway, put atb.yt/order book. Anyway, good. So that's that. And I'm also pleased to say, I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but also I've been commissioned to write another book. First one's not even out. They want another one. So I'm planning that one. That's all been planned. So I've got a year and a bit to write that one as well.
To get the brown paper bag ready for me to breathe into. Oh, God.
They were so impressed with the first book, they want another book. Well, I approached them with my idea and they said, yes, please, Andrew, that'd be very nice. So yeah, I'm doing a second book now as well. I'm not going to tell you what that is for a few more weeks yet until I got all of that pretty much under my belt. So yeah, that's going to be another great addition to the At the Bench media. Anything else, Lou, before we start?
Can you deck, please, so Anthony can get the whole book link in?
atb.yt/order book. And talking of books, there is this book. I'm not quite sure whether... No, that's the Rolling Mill. There we go. That's the one there. So this is Chain Making for Jewelers. I'm going to mention this because I think is a really, really good book. Look at the size of this book. This is the latest book from Bryn Morgan Press, Matthias Cheminade. I bought this book. I was the 7th person to buy this book, so I was really happy with. 1,000 books they've sold. They've had to do a rerun on this, so I absolutely love this book. I put together a little film earlier on today that's going to be coming out on YouTube on Wednesday. There's a competition that enables you to win, a chance for you to win this book. Matthias Cheminade, you may remember him from the things like The Art of Stamping, brilliant book, making stamps. He also written another book called Legacy, Jewellery Techniques of West Africa. All 3 books are absolutely brilliant. I'm not being paid for this. I haven't been given these books. These are all books that I have bought. And we love a book, don't we?
Really do.
We absolutely love a book. So
this is such a beautiful book.
Which one? The Chain Making?
I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've quickly flicked through it. And it's one of those things you just want to spend a couple of hours diving into.
Yeah.
So, yeah, over Christmas, I think I'm going to start getting into making chains.
We love this book. It is absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to tell you much about it now. There's a film coming out in YouTube on Wednesday.
And I think for the cost,
it's brilliant.
It's too cheap.
It's brilliant.
When you think the amount, everything that's in there, well, it's just amazing. I think it should be more. I
think he's worked on it for 5 years and pretty much 3 years constantly on this. Absolutely love it.
It's beautiful. It's amazing.
It is. So again, another book, Art of Stamping, and this is you may think, oh, legacy jewelry techniques of West Africa, but this is an absolute fabulous book as well. It tells you about there are certain sort of areas, certain townships in West Africa, and they just go through all their particular techniques on how they create their jewelry with the most minimal amount of equipment and adapted tools and so forth. So another great book. We just love a book. So Chain Making for Jewelers, there's a competition. It's coming out on Wednesday on YouTube. Check that out. You've got until then the 10th of December to enter the competition, and you could be in with a chance of winning that book. Fabulous. Anything else? We haven't started in Q&A yet.
I don't think so, no. No.
Drinking our coffee. Okay, should we have a... Does anybody have a question?
Do I have a question ready? No, I do not.
Get your questions in, guys. Let's see what we're all about.
Okay.
Everyone's just chatting, aren't they? It's really good to see everyone chatting.
Claire says, does anyone else watch Street Tips YouTube channel? Current metal recycling project is reclaiming precious metals from a jeweler friend's decades old floor mat. Wow, that's cool.
Oh, make a note of that. We'll have to check that out. Yes.
Donald says, what's everyone making for Christmas presents? I can't tell you because I know that some of the people I'm making for sometimes watch.
Yes.
But I will show you after Christmas. I'll take some pictures.
Good.
Yeah.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Good. Is anyone doing any Christmas fairs? Do you know, funnily enough, this morning I said to you, didn't I really want to do a Christmas market, and I haven't done one yet. Well, I've only had like 18 months, 2 years, haven't I? So, but this year, I think I want to do a Sunday because the shop's closed. Sunday's the only day I've got, really.
That's the only day that you're going to have off.
It's the only day I've got, yeah. So I'd love to just dip my toe in, because the Cardiff Christmas market, you have to book in blocks of 7 or 9 days, 5, 7 or 9 days.
Okay.
So I couldn't. No. But yeah, Sunday, I'd love to do a Sunday, and I could just take my stock from the shop.
But that'd be nice.
I've left it too late, haven't I? Like I always do for everything. Well, not everything, so I'm usually pretty organised. But yeah, I get these ideas, and it's too late to put into place then. So yeah,
get the idea in the
if anybody knows of a Christmas market in the Caerphilly area on a Sunday with a space, please let me know, because I'd love to do it. I just think it'd be really Christmassy, and
it would be nice,
and quite fun to do. It's an experience that I'd love to have. Yeah. Nice. So.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, Barbara's saying, I watched the video for the rolling mill. Did you say it can't be used with texture plates?
Yeah. The thing is, with these mills, is they are obviously limited to their capabilities, because obviously it is a budget mill. So what you'll... Oh, thank you, 5,000 step goal, thank you. So you've got one roll here, you've got one roll down here, okay? And on the ends of these rolls, you've got, that's my version of gears, okay? They're the gears, okay? Like flowers. So if these rolls are open too far, the gears do not mesh, okay? So they will not mesh. You can't open them too much. The thing is that when they open up, if I do that, very simplified, okay? As the rolls are opened up, this is the gears on the end of the mill. Okay, the distance here is very, very important. If you open the mill too much, the gears will miss. This will turn, and the gears don't mesh. When you close the rolls up, the gears come a little bit closer. Okay, a little bit closer. If you try and pass anything through that is sort of 6-7 millimeters in thickness, when these gears are open, they will only mesh at the very tips, and there is a chance that the tips will shear off. The mill is at its strongest when the rolls are quite close together, because there is a greater amount of meshing between the gears. So you open it too much, there's only the tips of the gears in contact, because obviously they have to be moving at the same time. And that is the problem. So I did say you cannot use texture plates because those gears are too far apart and they will not be meshing with sufficient strength, which does not mean you can't use it for texturing. You still can, but you'd have to put something through that is not a texture plate or a pattern plate, but you can still put your silver through or your copper through with things like textured paper, grass, leaf skeletons, fabric, threads, anything like that that is not very thick. So yes, you can use it to texture silver or copper, but not with the pattern plates. It will break the mill. Yes, Lise.
Good. Okay. Joanne says, how did you manage to get the book? Struggled to find a way to get a copy in the UK.
You cannot buy it in the UK, you have to buy it from America at the moment. So as soon as it came out, I think the carriage was like $30, something like that. But I wanted it nice and quick. And I've been in contact with Tim McCreet, who is you all know Tim McCreet's The Complete Metalsmith book, and he's written loads of other books as well. I was in contact with him not long after I ordered the book and said, Tim, I've bought the book, absolutely love it. Will you be prepared to do a giveaway? He went, Andrew, I'll happily do a giveaway for you. So we'll be doing a giveaway on the book. Cannot buy it in the UK, got to buy it from America, but it is worth every single penny, I can assure you that. Yes.
Okay, good. Julia is saying, I'm making claw settings for 3mm round stone, using tube for stone to sit on and soldering on claws made from argentium round wire. Is 0.8 diameter, 0.8mm diameter okay for claws, or would that be too thin?
No, I think 0.8 is going to be sufficient. If you can go to 1mm, I think that would be better. It's not going to make them too thick. But 0.8 is the thickness of an ear wire. It is a little bit on the thin side, but I think you should be okay. You'd have to have at least 4 claws. Try and go to 1mm. You wouldn't believe that extra 0.2 of a millimeter in diameter will really give you a lot more security. And don't make the claws too long either. What you don't want to do is have your tube is here. What you don't want to do is have the claws coming all the way over onto the stone. Yeah. You do want it coming over onto the stone, but not far. The shorter the claw, the less it's likely to bend. So just have it so it comes over onto the side. You've got your stone here, you've got the wire coming up. Just have the wire coming over, holding onto the edge. Don't have the wire sort of all the way up here. It's too long and it can easily bend back. So we don't want to see that.
And don't overheat the argentium because it might collapse.
Yes, if it's the new argentium, you should be okay.
Well, yeah, we've got a bit we need to try.
Still haven't tried it.
Still haven't tried it. We'll have to try it, but that's certainly the old recipe, for want of a better word. If you overheated it, it just fainted off.
Yeah.
And if you interfered with it while it was too hot, it just broke apart.
It just crumbled, didn't it?
It just literally. So, yeah, I would maybe just stick to silver wire. Unless there's a specific reason for the argentium.
There's nothing to gain from the argentium, is there? Not
maybe, I don't know, it's something we're not thinking of, but it's there's limitations, certainly with the old recipe, with just, I don't know, it's very strange, isn't it? Like the look on your face when it first happened to you, you were like, what?
I love it now. It's really good argentium.
Yeah.
Haven't used it for a long time, but it is amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. I I make a ring with big granules, really big granules on the top, and it just, if you try and use 925 silver, it just goes all pitty and I don't know, they just go nice and shiny and pert.
Smooth, yeah.
If you use argentium, so that's what I use. Yeah.
Pert balls, nice.
Yeah. Andrew, do you line your casting flasks?
No. If I'm using centrifugal casting, no, I don't. But what I do is that they're smaller solid flasks. There's no holes in them. I do put an extra bit of masking tape around the top when I invest it to get all the bubbles out, because as the bubbles come out, it expands, and if I didn't have that over the top of the flasks, it would bubble over, which would ruin the area that you're investing on. So I always put some masking tape on the top to contain that. If I'm using vacuum casting, yes, those flasks are perforated. They are a lot bigger, a lot heavier. Obviously they're perforated to allow the metal, the air to be sucked out of the void. But when you invest it, you've got to have those holes covered up. I've got rubber sleeves that I put over the flask so I can pour the investment in. The investment doesn't come out of the holes. It sets, I take the rubber sleeve off, then I put it in my burnout kiln. There's lots of people who will use things like cling film just to wrap round, just as good, not a problem there. But that is what I use, rubber sleeves on my perforated flask. But I don't often use the vacuum casting. I don't like it. It's not exciting for me. I want to see that metal. I want to see it fly around at hundreds of miles an hour. It's not hundreds of miles an hour, but spinning around. But yeah, that's what I do. Yes, Lou?
Okay, Kenneth is saying, I have been following your video on making M-fold earrings using Reflections silver. Would this work with argentium?
Yeah, because I think Reflections is just a brand name for argentium, for the formula for argentium. So yeah, I think Reflections. I think, was it Reflections something that I think Cookson had, but it was, whether it's their own brand, I don't know, but it was the same alloy as argentium. Obviously they couldn't use the word argentium because that was trademarked, so they called it Reflections. But it should be one of the same thing. But now, I don't think it's available anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I would go with argentium, buy the latest argentium, because now it is all a new formula and there's less slumping with the new stuff when you get it hot. Yes. Yes, Louise.
Good. Dashingkin says, what if I want to use a texture plate, what model to look for?
On a rolling mill?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't get the mini mill. I would get an Agile C110 or C130, because those are geared, a 5-to-1 gearbox. If you go for the Agiles, you get the D sections, you get the flat, and then you get the V grooves on the rolls. So that's why. So that's your flat, that's your Ds, flat, and that's your V grooves. That's a great combination mill because you can do your flat, you can do your square wire, you can do your D section wire. Agile, C130, C110, the numbers relate to the width of the rolls. The wider the rolls, the more space you've got for flats and D sections and V grooves. The C110, it is a little bit cramped, but you can still have all that on the mill. So definitely something like that. As I said, Durson's website, ATB top 5 will give you an extra 5% off those prices. Yes, Louise.
Good. Okay, Ellen is saying, I've been doing a few sand castings. I get the metal to flow nicely and fill the sand mould, but I get a few tiny dips, like half bubbles on the surface. How to prevent that?
Okay, so a lot of people will say that's things like porosity, but it isn't. Usually it is due to bits of sand still left in the mould itself. So when you pour the metal in down through the sprue hole, if there's any sand in the mould, the metal will just simply go around that sand and cause little holes, little pits. The important thing is that when you make your moulds, spend a bit of time making sure there's no sand left in the mould, and then when you cut your sprue hole, to pour the molten metal down, any loose bits of sand in here will be taken into the mould when you pour the metal into the mould down here. So any loose bits in here will cause little holes. Anything that gets taken in with the metal loose on here will cause holes. It's not porosity, it's simply bits of sand. So what you need to make sure is that your mould here is spotlessly clean. Get perhaps have one of those little rubber little blowers, those sort of things, to blow in here to try and get all the loose sand out. And when you cut your little pouring channel, make sure that perhaps you get your finger, wipe around the inside of the area here to get all the loose sand out.
You can compress it. Sometimes I just press it lightly. Obviously not the mould, but the channel.
This here?
Yeah.
Yeah, push it in, push all the loose sand.
I just find when I get a brush, it just kicks up a bit more sometimes, doesn't
when you
it?
keep on brushing. So yeah, definitely do that. So push it in or brush it out, because anything that's loose will get taken in, and then you'll find you get those little pits as well. Also, I always use Delft clay. I find the Delft clay gives you the best surface. You can hammer it, you get a beautiful, beautiful clean surface. If you use things like Petrobond, it's more coarse. It's very hard to get a very fine surface. And if you combine that with little grains of sand, I think Petrobond is a little bit more coarse than Delft clay, you will then get bigger holes in your castings. So it's cleanliness, isn't
sometimes it's like a design choice as well, isn't it? Like some people make jewellery with that sort of sandy texture, don't they? And it's a look. But do you think, even if you use like Delft clay, can you ever completely eliminate those surface artifacts, let's call them? Like if you've got like a little bubble or a dip, do you just spend loads of time making sure there's no loose sand? Can you ever just because I always have one or two.
I think this is the thing, it's because making the mould really nice and straightforward, and you can do it quite quickly, but it is cleanliness of everything here, I think, is really the thing. I don't think, as Louise says, can you completely stop it from happening? No. Can you do things about it to help stop it happen? Yes.
I think as well, like I sand cast this little shell, and it's quite textured anyway, so you wouldn't really notice if there's, and I'm not going to polish, I'm not going to buff that, am I? Because I'm going to lose all the surface texture anyway. So exactly. It's just, just finding the most appropriate application for it, isn't it, I suppose?
Absolutely. But that, that's the best way. Just take time, isn't it? Time, care and attention. Yes.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
So tougher casting is fun. You carve your mould.
Yes, tougher casting. Yes. Yes.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yes, tougher casting. Very good. There's a good book by, I think it's Charles Codina. I think he's written a couple of books, and he's done things like tufa casting, and also I think he's got like a figurine that he paints. What's that stuff called? Mud. That's right, mud all over the mould, all over the master, and then perhaps he put like grass on it and paints more mud and more mud and more mud. Waits for the mud to dry, something like that, and he takes the mould out and then puts it back together and casts in the mud. And that's how they do it, in Africa and those sort of places.
Wow. How does that work then? Is it effective?
Yeah, they pat it over, on the outside of things and the grass to hold all the mud together, and
cool.
they just pour the stuff in. You can also do it with polystyrene. If you have polystyrene, not that you can actually do much with polystyrene, but if you pack mud and things around a polystyrene, got your pouring channel, when you pour the hot metal into the hole where the polystyrene is, the polystyrene just goes poof, and then the metal fills the void.
Very good.
Anyway, there we go. Good.
Good. Okay. The liners are for degassing and expansion.
Oh, for
That
the
casting.
for liners are there for degassing and
Expansion.
Okay, so are you referring to like the rods that go down, like tubes that go down? I don't really understand. Degassing, is it the sleeve that goes over the top of the flask to stop the investment coming out? I mentioned I use masking tape. So it is like, there's my flask. I then will put like a layer of masking tape an inch or so high. So when that goes in my vacuum chamber, or it'll degas, it'll all come up, it'll like almost look like it's effervescing and boiling. It won't come over the edge because of the masking tape that is around the outside. Once then that goes then dries then for an hour or so before we put it in the burnout kiln, I then will take the masking tape off. So it's masking tape, basically what we use, yes. Don't often use a sleeve. Masking tape is nice and quick and easy for that. Oh, excuse me. Yes.
Good, okay. Nikki is saying, can you please remind me of the calculation using pi for finding the amount of silver needed for a ring size?
So, you need to know the diameter. Yep. So you need to know the diameter. Once you know the diameter, it's usually times that by pi. So it's pi, which equals 3.142 times the diameter. Okay, so that will give you the circumference. But you've got to take into account the thickness of the metal as well, because even if you had a metal that was 1 millimeter thick, yep, and you did it by pi, it would end up too small because the metal obviously on the outside has to stretch because it's a greater circumference, and the metal on the inside, so you've got your section of metal like this, this is the outside, that's the inside, so usually the ring will end up smaller. So what you've got to do, you've got to add the thickness of the metal plus the thickness, and then you times it. So it's the diameter, say 19 millimeters, plus the 1 millimeter, that's 20. So you've got 3.142 times the 20, which then equals 60.28, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, and that's your circumference that you're going to need.
Okay.
Good. Yes.
Okay, good. Hayley is saying, sorry, I lost the connection. What was the book you recommended about rolling mills?
Oh, I didn't recommend a book on mills.
Or can you remind me the one about gems, please? I haven't got it here, but the gems one is
Sally Spencer?
Going to be the Sally Spencer book, because we always rave about that, don't we?
Yes. The Quick Reference Guide to Working with Gemstones. That's on the store, $29.99. Free postage in the UK.
Yeah, Sally Spencer, the Jeweller's Quick Reference Guide to Working with Gemstones.
For some reason, the Norton's having a funny on the
Norton's
store.
just not letting me do anything. Okay.
So yeah, Sally Spencer's Quick Reference...
No.
The Jeweller's Quick Reference Guide to Working with Gemstones. It's on atthebench.store. Look down below, atthebench.store. Go to there, search for Sally Spencer. There is no book on rolling mills. Third book coming up. Shoot me now.
Okay. David is saying, be careful when buying Delft clay. It's quite expensive from the proper jewellers suppliers. I bought cheap Delft clay and it was rubbish. The oil was dripping out of the sand.
Yes.
Yeah. We sell it in the store. Is it in stock? Because I know people were struggling to get it at one time, weren't they?
Yeah, we sell it by the 1 kilo bags. 2 kilos will last you years and years and years. We sell it by the 1 kilo, and that's going to last you a long, long time. And that is genuine Delft clay.
Well, we use it. It works, doesn't it?
We use it all the time. We have tried Petrobond. It's more coarse. Don't like it. I don't like the surface texture. You've got to hammer it so hard to compact it. It's more work. It is cheaper, but I don't find it as good.
But like I said, it's a look, isn't it?
That's what you're after. You're looking after the rough sort of surface of this.
Yeah, the interesting texture could be really useful if you're looking to achieve that sort of aesthetic.
Exactly.
Ellen is saying, I use Delft clay. I compress the pouring channel, and when I'm done making that and events, I put the piece I made impression of back in again to make sure it should be perfect.
Good idea. Very good.
I mean,
yes.
I think some little marks are going to be maybe inevitable.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because the nature, it is still just sand-ish material at the end of the day, isn't it? So
it's not like lost wax casting that's going to be perfect, but even with lost wax casting, you're still going to have mould lines when you do the waxes.
Hammering it down in the mould? Because it needs to be compacted into the flask, doesn't it?
Yes.
So like squash it down, hammer, squash it down.
Yeah.
Really compact it into the... Yeah, that's the only other thing I can think of that we didn't mention. And then the same with the butty, the other half.
Yes. On the top, make sure it is.
Make sure
really
it's
compacted.
when you think it's full, put some more in, get the hammer out, and then you'll probably find you can put a bit more in.
Yeah. Because as you say, if it is not compacted, it's still quite granular. As you say, when you compact it, it all joins together and causes quite a nice firm surface. That there's less grains of sand going to come from that than if it was loosely compacted.
Yeah, so that's the only other thing. Yeah, don't underestimate how much you can cram in.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a decent hammer to hammer in. Yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah, you might think it's full, but maybe it isn't. Really, really hammer it. Yeah. Good. Justin is saying, if I get the Fordham quick release handpiece, do I need to get another handpiece slower for the hammer for stone setting? Also, which polishing wheels are your favourite, please?
Okay, so when it comes to the Fordham, the quick release is what you need. If you buy the hammer handpiece that goes onto here, this comes off, so you don't need that. The hammer handpiece then will go onto this end. This is the splined end. Is this working? It is, yes. So the idea is then you get your hammer handpiece. This is your hammer handpiece. You just spin this and it'll go together, okay? So that's how you change it. What's in there? Okay, so that's what I would do. So yeah, this has nothing to do with the hammer handpiece. So the hammer handpiece goes on there. You don't want to put it more than 5,000 revs. You need to keep it at a slow rate. What you want to do is hear it tick, 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 tick when it goes. You don't want to whiz this too much. Hammer handpiece, brilliant. The Fordham one is fantastic. If you can afford it, go for the Bedeco handpiece. It's even better than the Fordham. More expensive, but it's a lot thinner. It's more of a pencil-like as opposed to like a marker-like. So if you've got small hands, the Bedeco is the way to go for that one. Yeah. I
think if you're going to be using it for any length of time as well, the Bedeco is just lovely because it's so light. And I find that, because I get trouble with my back and my shoulder, don't I? And like, it just really helps with the fatigue.
Yes.
And I think I'm probably a little bit right-sided heavy when I use the flex shaft, but on the Bedeco, it just feels easy.
It's nice, yeah. It is nice. It's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget, when you're looking at the flex shafts, have it high enough so when it comes down, it literally just does that. What you don't want to do is have the motor so low that it comes downwards and then comes up, because then you're constantly fighting it by doing this. But by having it this sort of angle here, or perhaps a little bit higher, so it comes into this angle. Because you can see, even this, we've got this. We really need to try and get rid of that and have it more of that angle.
It's just a bit too long then.
It causes less resistance. Yeah, just need to put the...
I suppose it's going to be connection issues as well once it
because this is just a coil going through. This one's had it. This really needs replacing. But yeah, so that's the need. You need to have this higher. I think somebody's asked how high is mine. That is 30, 60, 80, 85 centimeters off my bench. If it was further away, I'd need to bring it down a bit. If it was closer, it would need to be a little bit higher. But you need to have this gentle curve coming into it and not coming down like that. I
still love my mic. I love my Ford and micromotor as well, though.
You do like your Ford and
use
micromotor.
that.
Yes.
But if you're used to using a flex shaft like that,
Yeah.
don't do what I did a couple of weeks ago.
What did you do?
Forgot, and I was just using my micromotor, and I just
dropped the micromotor.
I just
on the
put
floor.
it on the because you so used to just, and sometimes I put it in my tray if I'm going to pick it back up quickly, so I haven't got it. But yeah, I just literally had it, and I just went like that on the floor. Yeah, not good.
Good, very good.
Which polishing wheel's your favourite?
Well, polishing wheels. For a flex shaft, I would white nylon brushes. It goes without saying. Available at the store. www.atthebench.store. White nylon brushes are the way to go. Always use white nylon brushes. By the side of every day I think I'm going to do a film, because by the side of me, not here but downstairs where we do all the work, I've got lots and lots of accessories that I use in my flex shaft, and they're burrs, there's sanding drums, there's white nylon brushes. So those are the sort of things that I use. You got white nylon brushes. What have I got? I got the overhead, haven't I? So white nylon brushes, which are these. You sell them in the store in the 5s. Absolutely love them to bits. Great. What else do I like? I like sanding drums. Small little calico mops that you can get for the. I don't do an awful lot of polishing with this. Inside rings, yes, white nylon brushes, but otherwise I use a big double-mounted, double-ended, bench-mounted polishing motor. You use yours, don't you?
Well, polishing the white nylon, not really. No,
not white nylon, but you love you use a soft woolen mop.
I use like a felt
cotton mop in with your rouge. I saw you doing it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does that, don't they?
Yeah. Well, you do, but you like that.
But I don't really. You use the white nylon brushes, but I prefer a felt mop.
Yes,
with
you do.
Triple E.
Yeah.
But I do still have to have the nylon brushes, because very occasionally I just think that's the only thing I can use to get in a tight spot.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the white nylon brush will get under things.
I just find that it sprays the polish all in my face.
That's because you got the angle wrong.
Yeah.
Got the angle wrong. So what Louise is saying.
Can I ask as well, is pressure, I never know how much pressure to apply with these white nylon brushes, because you can't really, I feel like I can't get the pressure behind them like I can with a felt mop, and I can apply a good deal of pressure with a felt mop.
Yes.
But with them, I feel like I'm just hitting the metal.
Yes. So
what am I doing wrong?
Okay, so let's just get a ring to show you. This is a ring that we did in the recycling workshop. So Louise was saying when she polishes, she gets the spray. So that's the reason why she's polishing in this direction. Let me try and zoom in on this camera.
I just realised what I'm doing. It's like standing behind a car, isn't it? That's spraying mud up everywhere.
Yeah. So what Louise is doing, she's polishing like this. Okay, so her face is by here.
I'm not quite like that.
Well, not like this. No, like this. You can see my head. But no, I'm just saying her head is this way. So she's looking at this. So this is spinning around. So it's chucking in her face. So, but what I always do, I always turn it this way. And I polish like this. So now everything is going this way, away from my head that is by here, and that's why it doesn't go in my face.
So in terms of pressure now then.
Pressure, it's really difficult to give you an idea of pressure. Have I got another mop in here to show you? I will use this. I will use this one. So I wouldn't normally use rouge, but I'm just going to very quickly use some rouge on the inside of a ring. Frantically, desperately trying to find, and I found one here.
We were going to go to the pub after work, weren't we, on Wednesday, and I couldn't go because I had polish all over my face. And I'd gone like that, and I'd spread it like that. It was literally like a 5 o'clock shadow, wasn't it? It must have just gone like that at some point during the day.
And it was
just all over my... Yeah. So I couldn't go to the pub after work.
So, pressure-wise, so we have like a medium speed, okay? And a lot of people just do this. You're not doing anything at all. Listen to the sound. Yeah, on the ring, off the ring. There is no difference. What you want to do is put it in, push it down until, okay, so on. So you can hear there is a definite slowing down of that motor. And I'm pushing. I haven't got my close-up camera because one of our cameras is broken, but I am pushing quite hard. And to give you some sort of idea, so here is the ring, okay, and here is my bristle brush, my white nylon brush, sorry, okay. So what I do push it hard. So I would say, to give you an idea, I would push it really, really hard. I push it right down hard against the edge of the edge or the inside of the ring like that. So it is really hard being pushed down. That's why you can hear a difference in the sound of the flex shaft, the pendant motor, when I apply the pressure. That is what I would do. Push it down hard, because then you find it's going to polish better. And always, every 2 or 3, clean, turn the ring, clean, recharge it. Put it on, clean, or whatever you want to do. Buff it then, charge it back up. So keep on charging with Tripoli, so there's always a good amount of polish on those bristles. And you'll find that you'll be able to clean up the inside of the rings a lot faster. Another thing that I would suggest, you're looking down on top of your ring. Okay, so you're looking down on top of the ring. Okay, so here is my flex shaft, here's my flex shaft, here's the bristles. I would never put that in that direction, so it's going along the inside of the ring, because when you use things like your buff sticks, your round buff sticks, or your sanding drums, that automatically puts scratches, finer scratches running in that direction. And what you should do is put your, what's it called? White nylon brush in at an angle. Okay, so your white nylon brush is at this angle. So if there's the shaft, here's the handpiece. Always put it in at an angle, so you're polishing against those lines, and you'll find that you'll be able to get rid of those lines a lot easier if you're polishing at a slight angle. Obviously, we say when you come to polish, always try and go in one direction and then in another direction with the finer grit or emery paper, whatever it would be. But if you do that and you're looking down at this angle here, okay, so here's your eye, yep, this is going to be missing you. Or look from an angle this way, yep, and then you're going to find that all the dirt will be going this way. You're going to find you're going to get a better clean surface on the inside, but you've got to apply pressure. You don't like it, do you? I think just use a felt mop. But but use a felt mop at an angle like that, and you'll find that the insides will get less scratched because you're polishing it at a slight angle to the previous emery marks. Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. They don't always sit well with me. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Can't beat a white nylon brush. Yeah, you can. Go on then. Give us another question. Oh, it'll be adjustable saw frames next, won't it? Nope. Just stop to that straight away. Okay. How far did we get? Hayley says, you said you could only get in America, but you were having a conversation on patterns with rolling. Yeah, the patterns with rolling was we were talking about whether it was achievable with the new Durston rolling mill, which it isn't. We were talking about the mills that it is achievable with. Yeah.
And the book that's only available currently in America is the chain making book by Mathieu Cheminade. Yeah. Can you recommend a book that focuses specifically on piercing, sawing and core connections, if such a book exists?
There is a book called Cold Connections. I think it's by Tim McCreet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm sure there is. Look up on Amazon, Tim McCreet, Cold Connections. I don't think there's not an awful lot of information out there really on piercing. It's just something that you've got to practice on. But there's is it called Hot Connections, Cold Connections? I think it could well be. Have a check on that, Louise, when I'm talking on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Heart of Africa, Michael, your channel is fantastic. Thank you for the effort.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Do you have any tips for working with brass? I am worried about it leaving green skin on the wearer. I heard it was possible to seal it somehow.
There's not an awful lot you can do with brass. You can seal it with things like Renaissance wax, but as it is only a wax and a covering, constantly wearing it is going to just wear through that wax. So that isn't much. You could lacquer it, some clear lacquer on the inside, but again, that's going to wear off being constantly worn against the finger. I don't think you're going to have anything that's going to seal it completely, I'm afraid. No.
Okay.
Not at all, sorry.
Metal hammering art, a beautiful Japanese art form in metal artifacts. Cool. Ellen says, I hammer about 1 kilo of sand into the 5-inch round moulds, so it's really compressed, for sure. Insane how much sand that fits into the mould, yeah.
Wow, big mould. Yeah. Cold Connections book, just looking up. Hot and Cold, yeah, Hot and Cold Connections, Tim McCreet.
Susan says a rolling mill book would be fab.
It would be good, wouldn't it?
Victoria's reorganising her workspace. Hopefully I will be able to finally fix down the rolling mill I've had in my cupboard for about 3 years.
Yes.
Did you buy a slab saw? No, but we found a saw, didn't we? Which we forgot we had. No, we thought we'd thrown it out basically, didn't we?
Yes.
Because we had a big clear out.
Yes.
And it was
It was under the stairs all along.
well, yeah, it was old, and it wasn't, I don't know why I thought we didn't have it anymore. Anyway, we found it, so yeah, we were we were going to set up the Shedio yesterday, and time just ran away. I don't know what happened yesterday. So yeah.
We didn't get a chance, did we?
We didn't get a chance, unfortunately.
No.
Wouldn't metal slightly deform because of such pressure with the white nylon brush?
No, you're physically just pushing it down. The metal's not going to deform. It's going to take a lot to deform metal. Simply pushing down. Obviously, as you push down, those bristles are going to wear eventually, but you can still push down hard and hard and hard. Obviously, there's that little ferrule in the middle that holds all the bristles. You just got to be careful that does not touch the metal that is going to mark it, but a nice amount of pressure will not deform the metal. No.
Okay. Would resin seal brass?
Yes, it would. Simple as that. It's just like a maybe two. Here we go. It's just like a lacquer, which is what resin is, and that would seal it. But again, it's on the skin, so it is going to wear eventually. But yeah, you can.
Haley says, having said that, I'm allergic to it. I think a surprising amount of people are, aren't they?
To epoxy resin.
Epoxy resin, in particular. I think more so epoxy than UV. It can be quite nasty stuff to work with as well. It's not particularly good for you. I don't think, certainly not to be working with, but yeah, some people are sensitive to it as well.
Yes.
Sorry, that's not very helpful at all, is it? Do rolling mills always need to be bolted down?
Yes. Yeah. Because the effort involved in putting the metal through and rolling it, it's going to move it.
You don't want that falling on your foot, do you?
No, you don't. I've stopped it. It's okay.
Get a small tile saw for
yeah,
agate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's I think that is what we've got actually. But yeah,
I think it's one that we bought in from when we bought a workshop from somebody. We had that, but yeah, you can buy them. Buy them on Amazon like for £100. They're a diamond tipped saw, and we've also got the slab saw that comes with the dual tool as well.
Yes.
So we can be using that as well.
Have we got that in the Shedio?
We have now, yeah. I put it in there. Someone mentioned about the book. Yes, it is Tim McCready's book, Hot and Cold Connections. You can buy it on Amazon. Yes, very good.
Good. Susan is saying enamel the brass, maybe?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, absolutely. Someone's saying they checked on Matthew Chemney's book, but the hard copy is still out of print. Boo-hoo. Yes, I think you could still buy the Kindle version, obviously, but I know they've gone through the 1,000 what's it called? Not first edition, so to speak. So he's ordered some more. Yes, he has.
Abdullah says, safety isn't optional, PPE isn't a suggestion, it's the rules. I like that, yeah, definitely. In fact, I went to the opticians today, I was talking to the optician about it.
What did you say?
Because I broke my glasses, didn't I? I broke my, I got my Optivisor lens prescription put into a pair of glasses because I don't like the band across my head. And then I promptly broke them. And they were broken, like the arm came off and it wasn't just the screw, they were snapped. And for ages I just had a plaster on them and then the plaster failed, so I had to get them fixed. But they couldn't fix them, I had to get new frames. So that's what I did this morning.
Yes.
So I can see again now, it's great. Yeah.
Get a small tile saw for the eye gates,
yeah.
Yes, but yeah, PPE, obviously if you're working that close to anything rotary that's going to be throwing up dust and dirt, definitely a protector over your mouth and protection for your eyes, most definitely.
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Yes. Non-negotiable.
Yeah, I've been thinking about my posture a lot as well because I've still got this shoulder injury, and that's why I think the micromotor might be better for me going forward because my problem is all on my right-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So it's terrible. It's really bad.
Micromotors are a lot lighter. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a go.
Good. Very good. That's about it then, I think.
If possible, use a thin layer of silver inside the ring or bail to prevent the brass coming into direct contact with the skin.
Yes, you can. Like a little liner on the inside, yes. Good idea. You can make that nice
have you ever repaired gold glasses frames?
No. Often fix frames by putting pins in and screws in, that sort of thing. But some of the really early repair books, jewellery repair books, have glass frames and how to repair them in that. I was quite surprised not how many books, there's only been like 2 or 3 books back from the late 1800s, early 1900s that we've got. And a lot of them have monocle repairs and glass repairs as well.
Oh, well, that would have been handy when I broke my glasses, wouldn't it?
It was plastic, not metal, so I would have melted it if I tried. Good. Should we leave it there?
Unless anyone's got any more questions.
Any more questions? Anybody? So yeah, you can order the book. Pre-order. It's coming out in March. I'll sign it. I'll do a dedication at atb.yt/order book. If you want to order my book that is due out in March. I'm on to my second book, which I'm pleased to say. Don't forget ATB top for Matthew's 5% extra on all the rolling mills and all of his paraphernalia on his website. That'll give you an extra 5% discount on what is already discounted on the website already. And if you want to buy the small little rolling mill, you can do, but don't forget, put that in and you'll get an extra 5. I think it's $199 plus the VAT, but you'll get an extra 5% off that $199. So you're going to get another $8.19. That's 200. So half of 200 is 10. So another £10 off. So $189
Quick
plus
maths.
the VAT. Quick maths. So do that. I think that ends 2nd of December. So I think you just got another week or so left on Matthews Durston's Black Friday deals. Good.
Okay.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else we need to say? No.
Thank you both for another informative session. Everyone stay safe in the cold weather. Yeah, it's supposed to get colder again. Yeah. And snow in Wales. Oh, I hope so. I get excited when it snows.
Yes.
The one thing I always think about this is my top tip this time of year, is stay hydrated. Because we forget, don't we? We drink tea and coffee, but then I've got my big Stanley cup, which everyone laughs at, and I try and drink a whole cup a day of water, and I just feel so much better for it. The days that I don't drink my water, I feel really sluggish and tired and just
It does make a difference, doesn't it?
It makes a huge difference. And I think particularly now we're going into busy season, it's really easy to forget, isn't it, to look after yourself. But yeah, it's just one really, really simple thing that I think we can all do.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
To make ourselves feel better.
Yes, very good. And again, don't forget, on Wednesday, I'll be putting a film up on YouTube talking about...
Hydrated with booze. Well, actually, Anthony, it's funny you say that, because if you do go home and have a glass of wine, if you've topped up your water all day, then it doesn't doesn't make you feel as tired, does it? It's just, because you're really well hydrated and your body can tolerate the glass of wine a bit better.
Does that mean we can go home and have a glass of wine tonight?
No, because I haven't drunk enough water, so I'm not allowing myself. But yeah, it's a very good point.
Very good. So look out on Wednesday for a film coming up, just very quick, talking about this book, and then your chance to win a copy of the latest book from Matthew Chimney from Bryn Morgan Press, Chain Making for Jewelers. Good. Should we go, Louise?
I think so.
Okay. Say goodbye then, Louise.
Goodbye, Louise.
Everyone, take care. We will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.